Hello, this is Luís Oliveira speaking to you again. Well, this time I'm going to be talking about health, and but first of all, I want to let you guys know how did I started researching regardless diseases, cancer, and stuff like that because my wife died with a brain tumor, and was quite something. She was she had a surgery 9 times in her head, of course in the brain, and it was a crime. It was a crime. It's a crime against humanity. What they did to her. Operations, radiation. They burned her head. She lost 1/3 of her head. I mean, it was heartbreak seeing something like that. I was in and out of the hospitals, and I could see all the misery around the hospitals. I mean, people are really suffering with that kind of disease, with cancer. But okay, she was very sick, and I took her to the doctor. But I had a cigarette before I went to the doctor, and the doctor said she couldn't smell. I said, "Do you smoke?" I said, "Yes, I do." Yeah, man. She said, "No, your wife in bed. She's not in very good shape, and if you get sick, then you guys are going to be in real big trouble." I said, "What do you mean to do about it?" She said, "Well, you should have a CT scan uh, to see if you're okay in your lungs. But you got to do that because if you get sick and she's sick, it's going to be really bad." I say, "Okay, I'll go do that test." So she ordered the test, and I went and got the test. So a couple of weeks later, I went back to the doctor with my wife. She was in a wheelchair already and not in very good shape. Uh, so we walked into the office. "Tell Mr. Oliveira, well, I got something I got to talk to you." I said, "What is it?" I said, "Oh, you got a lesion in your lung." I said, "What is that?" Uh, she looked at me very serious, and I said, "What is it? Cancer or something?" She said, "Did you ever had the tuberculosis?" I said, "No, I never had the tuberculosis." "Oh, then it could be serious. If you didn't have tuberculosis, so we'll have to do something about that." But I tell you what, within you're gonna have a test 3 weeks from now. Then if it's about the same size, we can ignore. Maybe we can ignore. But let's see. You're gonna come and see me within 3 weeks. You have the test, and then you come and see me. I said, "Okay." So I went home, but I was scared. I said, "Man, practically," she said, "I had cancer because you know I really I was in bad shape." So I went into the computer, and I started researching uh, cancers, lesions in the lung, and I was given the width, which was a 10 millimeter uh, lesion. So I put it in, and everything coming down. Oh man, it was so scary. I went back to the doctor within a couple of days. I said, I can't live like this. I I'm just about to check myself out and stop with this because I am going crazy and I'm gonna die anyway. So might as well just I don't want to go through this what my wife is going through. No, I cannot handle that. So no. We're gonna put you in a psychiatric to help you out. So she said, we got a psychiatric right here at the clinic. So we'll put you in with a psychiatric. So she put me in. I saw the psychiatric that same day, but I went back home and keep looking for more research. I was getting really depressed. But I came across a video. It's a world without cancer. I said, hey, sounds interesting. So I went out and opened up the video. You cannot imagine what I learned from that video. As far I took out of that video, pretty much cancer could be wiped out because cancer is a lack of a vitamin. It's called vitamin B17 or amygdalin. Doctors say it's poison, or big pharma say it's poison, but there's nothing more poison than radiation or chemotherapy. Those things are really bad. And the vitamin, it's made by the Creator or God. It's all natural. You can have as much as you want. It's not going to hurt you. They claimed it can, but I never heard anybody got sick because of taking vitamin B17. Actually, they get sick for not taking it. And I went right away and I bought some, and I started taking it. So I took it for a couple of weeks. Then I went to get the second test, and I went back to the doctor. And I was kind of, I said, man, I don't know what's going to happen. But then she told me, well, it's still, the lesion is there. It's probably about the same size, maybe just a little bit smaller. But you should go see a specialist. I said, wait a minute. I just had enough. When I came to see you with my wife, I was okay. Since you told me that I had something wrong with me, I've been wrecked. And man, I said, no, this is going to stop right here. I wasn't sick. All of a sudden, I'm seeing psychiatrics and I'm all screwed up. No. I'm not screwed up and I'm done. I'm not going to do no more tests. I'm just going to live my life and try to be as happy as I can. But I don't want to. I don't want to go through these procedures. But you should. I said no. I'm sorry, but I don't want it. So I came home, and about a couple of weeks later, she called me. The doctor said, "Hey, I got an appointment for you to go see a specialist." I said, "No, thank you. I'm fine. I don't need no specialist." They said, "Mr. Oliveira, you playing with your life." I said, "Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let it be, because I was feeling pretty good, and I was taking my vitamin B17, And feeling great. I said, well, I'm fine. That's the way I'm going to be doing it. And until today, I'm okay, and thank God. But what I learned about the vitamin B17 on the video, it says if a person doesn't have cancer and takes vitamin B17, they're never going to get cancer. Never. Then, if you already have cancer, you start taking vitamin B17, 80% of the people will get cured. And if you're already terminal, I mean, the doctor say you're going home to die, start taking the vitamin B17, you still got 30% chance of survival. Man, that's better than anything you ever heard before, because chemotherapy, maybe 2-3% works. Radiation, they burn people up like they did to my wife. It's really bad, so I'm very happy with what I'm doing, and I'm not scared of anything anymore, because once I found out there's a whole bunch of lies, this medical stuff is a lot of lies. They lie to you, they scare you, like they're doing now with these vaccines. They scare the hell out of people, and people live in fear. But I'm not afraid of anything anymore. They make people so scared. They want people to stay apart 6 feet from each other. Man, this is very inhuman. Because you know what? If I see somebody sick, I'm going to help them. Whereas if they want a glass of water, I'll bring them food. I'm not going to worry about being contagious by another person. No. I'm not worrying about it. I shake people's hands. I hug people. I'm not scared. It's nothing worse than being scared. Nothing worse. I was there, and I said, no more. And I'm not scared of anything. Because if you're scared, it lowers your immune system. It's a mess. Then you can get really sick. I'm fine. I feel great. And I'm so happy that I learned all this, and also sharing with you guys, so that at least you guys, anybody going through this kind of stuff, cancers and stuff like that, it's always have a beacon of hope, which they give you very little in the doctor's offices. So once I found out all this, it made me feel very good, and I'm doing excellent. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, so you have an idea what's going on around us. These people, big pharma, they want to make a lot of money. A lot of people make a lot of money with cancer. Those chemotherapies are very expensive. Those radiation treatments are very expensive. And all they're doing is burning the hell out of people and hurting people and killing people. Actually, for what I saw, those hospitals is pure misery. And I don't want to see anybody else go through something like that. If my wife would have never gone through that, and she would have died 3-4 years before she did, would have been a blast, because she wouldn't suffer as much as she did. That was a crime. And what they did to my wife, they do to a lot of other people. I was next on the. They want to put me in that system too. I said, wait a minute, I'm not going into that crap. Uh, I'm glad I did that. I turned 65 now. I have Medicare and all that stuff. I don't even want to go. I don't go to the doctors no more, no more. Because I learned so much. Blood pressure. Blood pressure. Our body regulates itself. Okay. What they do, you go to the doctor. Oh, high blood pressure is going to give you a stroke. That's another lie. They had tests. 50% people that had high blood pressure and 50% people that didn't have. The same amount of people had strokes. So that's not true. Doesn't cause no strokes. Your body is regulated. That's what if it goes up, it has a reason to go up, but eventually it'll come down. That's the way it is. It's just your body regulating, And like fever, if the person is running a fever should let the fever run its course because the fever is your friend because the fever is going to kill whatever virus you have or infections or whatever. So it's there to help you, So our body is very smart and takes care of itself. I learned so much about this, about the human body. It's amazing. And I don't know, science, they just lie to people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what they do. I don't believe them anymore. I don't believe it. Because they have a white coat, I don't believe them. I'm much more believe with the natural medicines, which is all around us, and it's a much better deal. And doing the coffee enemas, and there's so many other things you can do for your health. Uh, Eat organic food, eat a lot of vegetables. Watch what you eat. Eat well, and you're gonna be much happier. And don't run to the doctor for every little thing because a lot of people run into them. They're gonna see a lot of misery and death. Death. That's a death cult. A death cult. So stay away from that. That's my advice. Stay away from them because it's 80% to 90% of the medications they have, they could throw it all in the garbage. There would have been a blessing for the humankind. I'm not saying they don't have good medications. They do have some good medications. Sometimes our body needs a little manipulation, but not the way they treat people. Give them handfuls of pills, injections, medications. Man, that's not right. So I saw what's going on, and when I saw all this corruption and this money-making machines, so they can go on trips with other people's misery. No thanks. So sorry to be took a little bit of time to express myself, but I just want to make sure people know about this and make your own research. You don't have to believe me, but check into it. Check into it. Find out. If anyone wants a copy of the video, A World Without Cancer, I have it. And it's worth it. Anybody has that disease, to look at it. Learn something. Learn something positive and make your life happier and recoup. Because there's many ways you can do that. Your body rebuilds itself. Our bodies are very smart. That's what I came and learned. I learned a lot about how smart is our body. So, was very well. I'm very well educated regarding Islam because I really read a lot, and I watch videos about health and all that stuff. So